Hi there, it's Conor Hearn from the Alliance of Dental Excellence. Towards the start of this week, we put together a questionnaire that we posted on Facebook and Twitter, and I want to thank everybody that was involved with it. I'm going to put a screenshot of the results of that questionnaire with this video. So whilst you're watching it, you can see what everybody's issues are. I want to thank everybody that responded to it as well, because I had an overwhelming number of responses, which has really given us a clear indication of what we should do the video about today. So there was two main topics that stood out for us. Firstly, costs. 13.3% of people that answered the questionnaire said that costs was a main problem at the practice. Now with costs, I would welcome you to come and get in touch with us, because we have a fantastic cost saving program that we can introduce to you to reduce costs on your utilities, your clinical waste, even your business rates. We can start looking into them for you to bring them down as much as possible. More of that information will be on the website, which you'll have a link to very, very shortly on the Facebook, the Twitter page, our YouTube page. So I ask you to like our pages, go on there, please feel free to leave a comment for us as well with anything else you want us to discuss, and I'd be more than happy to do so. What was amazing is that 60% of people answered with one particular area and one particular main concern within the practice, and that was staff. And there was a whole 60% of you answered that staff was the main problem in the practice. So really what I wanted to do today was to put together this video for you to tell you from our experience what we find and how we manage our staff. For me and for everybody I work with, staff comes down to 4 key areas. I'm going to explain those 4 key areas to you and hopefully give you some clarity on them. With these 4 key areas, as managers, principals and people that run practices, you'll see that 3 out of the 4 directly relate to you. There's only 1 of the 4 that directly relates to the team member in question, the troublesome staff or the person that is unwilling to accept change. So firstly, I wanted to talk to you about understanding. That's our first topic, and that is purely down to you as leaders, as practice owners, as managers. Understanding, when we talk about understanding in staff, I really mean when you give a staff member something to do they really understand exactly what you want from them? Do they understand what outcome you want to achieve? Do they understand how to go about it? Do they understand why it's necessary? And do you follow up with them as well to give them feedback on how they did with whatever task it is? I use the example of audits. If we talk about audits and you get a head nurse to do a particular audit for you, does that head nurse understand why that audit needs to be done? Do they understand exactly what outcome you need from that audit? Do they understand that you need to learn from that audit? And do they understand how to do the audit itself? Without the understanding, they're not going to be able to do it properly for you. So understanding is one of the key things. The next one is, are they capable of being able to do what you want them to do? With that, I mean you wouldn't put a trainee nurse in with a specialist, because they're not going to be capable. They're going to be in over the head, and then you're going to have some real trouble, and you're going to start to get some resistance from that staff member as well. Resources. Are you giving your staff the amount of time they need to be able to complete particular tasks for you, or whatever you've laid out for them? So if you really make sure that your staff understand, if you make sure that they're capable of doing what you've asked them to do, and if you give them the resources to be able to do what you need them to do, then you're going to tackle half of the problems. The last subject that I want to talk to you about in the 4 key principles when dealing with staff is willingness. Is your staff member willing to do what you need them to do? Now, if you think about it, everybody's willing to do stuff that they know has a proper meaning. It gives them more purpose to be able to do it. So you need to find out what motivates your staff, and that way you're going to be able to get them on side, and they're going to be able to willingly complete what you need them to do. Now I understand there's tons and tons of staff issues that can happen in the practice, and this just basically scratches the surface with how to deal with staff. But if you remember them 4 key principles, then you've got half the battle sorted out. For me, when it comes to willingness, I always like to find out exactly what the staff want, what they need, what drives them, what's their sort of key to getting them to be able to do things for you. And you can only do that by getting to know that individual. Later on, I'm going to release a video on management and leadership. There's a clear divide between the two. But many people confuse leadership with management and when to wear your managerial hat and when to wear your leadership hat. If you're wearing them all the time, everything's going to go wrong and nobody's going to be willing to do anything for you, because then you're not giving them the understanding, you're not making sure someone's capable, and you don't give them the resources. So when it comes to dealing with staff, I would say majority of it is definitely on you as the practice manager, the practice leader, the practice owner. Once you sort those three things out, you can then look into the willingness of the people and really get down to what's going to drive them. I hope you found the video interesting. Thank you so much for getting into the poll and giving us your opinions on that as well. We'll be posting another poll shortly, and I hope you take that one up as well. But please feel free to like all of our channels. You can see the links on our Facebook page. Just click through, like those, and we'll keep posting videos just to give you a little bit of enlightenment. If you've got any questions about today, you want me to go in more depth, please feel free to contact me and I can do that.